Good afternoon, my name is Jaylee and now I'm going to present my didactic materials. Well, first I have my mini balls, then I'm going to present my smart hub, and then my closet, my sentence stick, and my colorful glasses. And this is the container that I make for my didactic materials. Well, now first, my mini balls. It consists on balls that are inside on this container, and students have to choose a word that is in one color, that is in the color yellow, for example, the word map. And then the student have to look for the word that is the minimal pair of this one, and the other word has to be in the other color that is in the color blue. For example, in this I have map, so I'm going to paste on the board these words, and then students are going to write on their notebook, and then together we are going to check if the words are correct or not. Now I have the smart hack. So in this we have some questions that we can ask students in order to know if they understand the book that they already read. So, for example, we can have the question, who is the main character? And they have to answer all the questions that we have here. Then I have the phonetic closet. It consists on, as you know, the best way of learning the pronunciation of a word is looking in a mirror, looking yourself in a mirror. So students are going to look themselves in a mirror in order to know the weight of the mouth. And for example, we can use these phonetic cards in order to know how is the position of our tongue, and they have to look down in the mirror and use these cards for that. Then I have this sentence stick. Here I have some sticks that are classified into colors. So students are going to choose some colors. For example, blue can represent, in this case, a verb, a noun, subject, and adjective, for example. And then they are going to write into the sticks words. For example, in the verb, run, I, for example, fastly. And then they are going to form a sentence with this color, with the words that are written in these sticks. And finally, I have these colorful glasses. And these colorful glasses, we have inside some things that we can use in order to know how many syllables a word has. For example, in the word police, the teacher can ask students how many syllables that word has, so they can say, for example, 2, and students have to look for the just two things of this, and 1 and 2, because the word has 2 syllables. And then a teacher can ask which is the syllable that has the stress. So students have to think if it is the first syllable or the second. So in this case, police has the stress in the second syllable. So students are going to choose the second one. So, and this is all for my part, and also that is my container, and I elaborate this because I think this didactic material are easy to elaborate and also easy to carry out.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, these are my didactic materials. We have here the flip cards. As you can see, we have the vowels. This helps the teachers to teach the vowels. So you flip it, and then you have the letter A. And as you can see here, we have 3 images. We have 3 that starts with the A. We have 3 that starts with E, with the I, with the O, and with the U. So, first of all, the teacher comes and starts pronouncing the letter A, right? So, then the students pronounce the letter A by themselves. And also the names of these 3 images that starts with the letter A. For example, apple, ant, and arm, and so on. Then with the letter E, the teacher starts saying the letter E out loud, and then the students, and afterwards they start pronouncing the name of these 3 images. This is the first one, flip card. And now we have the dice. As you can see, well, first comes the student, and then he throws the dice. And here we have a word, bicycle, and it says past tense. So what does this mean? That the student has to make a sentence with bicycle and in past tense. Okay, then comes the other student, and he throws it again, and then we have another word and another tense. And he also has to create a sentence in simple past using this word. These words are the ones that have been taught in class. Now we move on to the next one. This is another game. This is a board matching game. So we have here some fruits, and we have the names. Okay, the student, this game, two students could play this game, okay? So these little fruits are going to be by the other side. We're going to, okay, turn it over, and then they are going to look for the first one, bananas, okay? So they flip it over. Is this banana? No, it isn't, right? So they have to, now is the other turn of the other student. Okay, he has to keep looking for bananas until he finds them. Okay, he has to look it. Here it is. So he has 1. The first player has 1 point because he already found it, right? Then with grapes, they have to look for the grape. Okay, now we move on to this other game. This is a board game. This board game is used to, like, for example, to assess vocabulary. You could, the teacher, for example, starts to dictate, like, for example, if they are studying the animals, so the teacher comes and say, dog. So they have to look for the words here, and then they have to locate it here. It says the D, O, and the G, dog, and then we have here cat. So when they have already the word, so they the students come and starts to spell them out loud, right? They come and say D-O-G, then they say dog, or C-A-T, cat. Okay, now we move on to the last one. This is the colored egg. Okay, this is the colored egg, and these are used to assess the colors, and it's for little kids, right? So you come and you say, let's grab the blue balls, okay? So they grab the blue balls, and now they are going to put it in the correct color, the blue. All the ones that are blue in the correct place. And so as the yellow ones and the red ones. So that is how it works. And this is the container. Watermelon. That's it. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Kimberly Sandoval and I am going to show you my didactic material. As you can see, first one we have the missing letters clip sticks. And this one is for students to learn the CVC, the CVC words. Do you know which are the CVC words? Are consonant, vowel, and consonant. So here we have, and they have a little picture or drawing about the thing, and on the other side it has another drawing and with the name, so the student has to click the clicks on the stick like that, like this, as you can see, like this. And we have the thinking dice, and it is for students to improve their critical thinking. For example, you are going to read with all your students a short story, for example, El Principito, and then you have to make a semicircle with all your students, and you are going to draw up these dice on the way that it's going to be. Like, for example, I didn't like when, and the student has to answer which part of the study he or she didn't like. And then the next student is going to do the same until all of them have finished doing this activity. We have the word domino, and this is also for phonics, so students can match the CVC with their minimal pair. As you can see, it says pot, cat. So you look for the other minimal pair, for example, car. The next one could be fire, right? Well, then you have the after reading spinner, in which one you can improve their critical thinking too. So you spin this arrow in order to choose one of the questions, and this one says, what happened in this story? So the student has to answer according to what it is asked for. Then we have the telephone charades. In this game, the students have to make two lines, two groups. Then they are going to make two lines, one group and another group. Then the teacher is going to pick one of the students of each group, Macarena. The teacher is going to show this word, for example, Macarena, and then the first two students have to act out this word. So they are going to act out like the game Macarena, and the next student has to try to guess and try to add that same word to the last classmate, to all of, until the last one has to say the word out loud. The good thing about this is that you can erase it, as you can see, and write another word in order to improve their vocabulary. And for last but not least, we have the container that it's a Cookie Monster, because I love Cookie Monster. So this is all my didactic material. I hope you liked it, and thank you so much.